Every single day, I bless you guys with videos and you bless me with some comments. And a lot of the comments are nice. Some of the comments are a little bit negative, but it's okay. I take the rough with the smooth, but sometimes the comments are questions and I like those the most. Okay, so today I'm going to answer a question which was given to me by, let's have a look, where is it? You know what? It's not even a name. It's a DMRY3NW. So if you're watching out there, DMRY3MW. The reason why I've not answered your question in full or in a lot of detail is because I'm going to answer it in a video. So what more? What is better than that? And it's a good question. So this is another reason for those people out there who are thinking or considering about, shall I comment on Fadi's videos? Is he going to give me a reply? Is it going to be worth me commenting? Yes, it is. Always. Whether it's negative or good, I don't care. Please, if you're watching this, make a comment down below. Whatever it is. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. But above all else, make a comment. And of course, share. Helps the algorithm. Okay, so we're going to get into the question. The question is, I know this may seem like an ignorant question, but I'm genuinely curious. Why are so many young dudes getting into steroids in the past couple of years? He's right. He is 100% right. I feel like so many young dudes I know got lost in the sauce. Good analogy there. With the steroids, and I don't know, man, what type of bodybuilding where it's just dudes doing steroids, hyperfixating on their physiques rather than health is kind of concerning. I also agree, but we're going to get into that in just a moment. I get there's so much worse out there. Again, agree, but just the sheer volume of young people getting involved with steroids is concerning, or are steroids risk overstated these days? Ooh, we'll get into that as well. See, this is why I wanted to make this video. I just want to know why it's become at least more apparent from an outsider's perspective. Good luck, man. It's always nice to see informative content. Well, thank you very much for that question. Great question. Very, very nicely put. I'm going to break it down. So first of all, I'm going to start with the steroids. More people are taking steroids now than there were before. Many years ago when I was at school, many years ago when I was at school, football was the most popular sport, then cricket, and then rugby. That's the way the hierarchy was. Out of my friends, my group of friends, let's say there's 10 lads, I was the only one that went to the gym. So 10 guys, only one guy going to the gym. When I went to the gyms, there was hardly any gyms. And the gym that I had to join, which I'm so fortunate for, I'm so lucky to be put in this situation, was a hardcore, spitting sawdust, powerlifting gym. It wasn't even a bodybuilding gym, it was a powerlifting gym. Guys in there were lifting a lot of weight, which meant what? By association, I'm going to become strong. And 25 years later, guess what? I'm a strong dude. Okay, so that's how it kind of works. Now, look, the selection out there for gyms, there wasn't a lot. When I was in school, there wasn't really many bodybuilders. When you went on social media, there wasn't social media. So when we went on TV, we turned the TV on, there was no bodybuilders on TV. So when we opened the magazines, the general, like, the normal magazines that you'd find anywhere, there was no bodybuilders. The newspapers, your dad bought the newspaper, you open the newspaper, what was on the back page of the newspapers? Football. The only news they covered was football, cricket, and rugby. Very rarely they'd cover the tennis and a few other things, but tennis was a bit more of a posh boy sport back in those days. I don't know if it still is, but you need a little bit of, bit of cheddar to start playing tennis. It's not as easy as like, let's get a ball on the council estate and start kicking it around. Tennis requires a little bit more effort. So let's just look at visually what we can see as kids back in those days. There was no bodybuilders. Which meant what? We're not going to become bodybuilders. We turn the TV and no bodybuilders. Bodybuilders aren't held at high regard to the general population. So we never saw much of it. Today, let's fast forward till today, 2023. We open social media. Everyone is in shape. Now, sorry, let me just backtrack there a little bit because I missed a very key point. We could only watch guys with good physiques or out of this world physiques, which was WWF wrestling, or the movie. So Bruce Lee, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Van Damme. Those were the kind of movies we grew up watching, and we looked at that and we were in awe. It was like, wow. But not everybody wanted to be like them, and not everybody saw that. It wasn't the norm. Girls didn't look at that and think this is the norm. We love Arnold Schwarzenegger's physique. We love Van Damme. It wasn't like that. The girls never really went for that kind of look back in those days. I'm assuming, I'm guessing. Obviously, there's no fact on that, or I don't know the fact anyway. So, and women weren't getting approached by many guys. But we're going to get onto that in just a minute. Right, okay, so hopefully I made a point about the physiques back then. Fast forward till today, we have social media. We open the app. We have guys like Chris Bumstead with millions of followers across platforms. I'm going to probably say 20, 30 million followers across all platforms. We have social media influencers, as we like to call them, 10 million followers. Just a guy with some ripped up abs, he's got 1 million followers. There's so many influencers out there that are like nobodies in a sense, where they're not actors, they're not singers, they don't do anything. The only thing that's made them famous is they post content on the internet. But you know, you get what I'm trying to say, you know? So having a good physique is something that people look at and think, wow, that must take a lot of time and effort and requires a lot of commitment, dedication, and everything else, all the good words, put them all together there. So people look at that and think, right, okay, do you know what? I want to aspire to be something like that. And then they try it and think this is really hard back in the days, or the environment back in the days was very intimidating when you went to these powerlifting, bodybuilding gyms. I do apologize, this video is very mumble jumble, but I'm just trying to think of the things to say in my head. Right, so back in those days, you had to really want to be in shape. Today, group of 10 lads, you go to school, everyone's got a six-pack. Everybody wants to be in shape. Everyone's got social media. Every young lad follows Chris Bumstead. There's a kid at the minute called Sam Sulek who has grown in popularity. He's a young lad, 20-odd-year-old, crazy views on YouTube, and all his audience is what? 14, 15-year-old young lads. 14, 15-year-olds, when I was at school, we didn't want to train. Well, I did, but everybody else didn't want to train. The girls didn't know what a six-pack was. Nobody really gave a shit about this kind of stuff. So social media is one of the main things why people want this physique. Then we look at the gyms. How many gyms are there in Sheffield? This is where I live, Sheffield. Just today, probably 50 gyms in Sheffield, maybe more. I haven't counted, there's probably more. And I'll guarantee you this now, 15, 20 years ago, there was 5 gyms. There was one, if that, barely one per area. That's it. One near the city centre, one at this end of town, one at that end of town, and one at this end of town, and that was it. You know, geographically where you lived, you went to that gym. Or if you were a powerlifter, you went to that gym. If you were a bodybuilder, you went to that gym. And that was it. That was the lot of it. There was your selection. You know, there was not many gyms to go to. Now, there's so many gyms. We as a generation are more health conscious. Why? Because now more and more people are obese. So that's how it works. More people get fat, more people get health conscious. It kind of goes hand in hand. It's good and bad. Like, I would rather people not get obese, but then at the same time, I'd rather people get more health conscious. So you got to take the rough with the smooth. Now, you go to the gym, you see more guys, more and more people. It's a highly fueled testosterone environment. There's more people out there going downtown. I mean, I remember when I used to go downtown back in the days, very few guys were in shape. Now, everybody's in shape. You go on social media, very few guys were in shape. Now, everybody's in shape. You go to the beach, okay, not a lot of guys in shape, but you get my point I'm trying to say. The sport or being in shape has grown. The popularity of it has grown tenfold, if not more than that. Bodybuilding shows alone. And I'm only going back to when I competed. Last time I competed was 2016. I believe there was maybe 10 bodybuilding shows a year. Now, over 100. Somebody told me the statistic the other day and I couldn't believe it. I was like, more than 100 odd bodybuilding shows in the UK, bro. Just the UK alone, more than 100 bodybuilding shows. That's insane. That's absolute. That's more than... So every weekend, 50 weekends in a year, 52 weekends in a year, not counting Christmas, 50 weekends in a year. That means that Saturday and Sunday, everywhere in the country, there's a bodybuilding show. It's insane the amount of bodybuilding shows there are every single week. So that's popular now. And then with the bodybuilding shows, with going to the gym, with opening social media, not the magazines no more because no one gives a shit about magazines. You're looking at Chris Hemsworth, you're looking at these Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, just like you did back in the days. But the amount of people that went to the cinema to watch Terminator 2, imagine the amount of people that went to watch Avengers 2. It's not even close in comparison, you know? So more and more people, we're open to seeing this on our newsfeed every single morning, which means what? We want to be in shape more. Which means what? We're going to go to the gym more. Which means what? We want to go to what they call the dark side more. Or more often. Or more easily and more quicker. That's the main thing. So yeah, that is one of the reasons why steroids is on a rise. Sorry for the long-winded answer. But it's just what you visually see. If I hang around with the guys that all have Lamborghinis, eventually I'm going to want a Lamborghini. I might do that one day, but not right now. So that is the reason why I feel, or I think, more people are hyper-fixated, as you put it, on a physique rather than health. Then what happens is, as you go through the ranks of bodybuilding, so you're young, you smash the hell out of steroids. You're young, all you want to do is have a physique. That's it. That's all you're bothered about. Nothing else matters. You just want a good physique. As you get to 30 and you get your blood work done, you think, shit, my cholesterol's, shit, that's wank. Blood work, my hematocrit, fuck, I need to sort this shit out. Then you come to someone like me, link is in the description by the way, book yourself in for a call, it's free. Let's discuss the plan, right? Then you want to sort your health out. Then by the time you get to 40, you're like, not bothered about bodybuilding, not bothered about anything else. If you haven't got the genetics for it, you think, I want to live a healthy life as long as possible. And that's where guys like me come in. So then you start thinking about health, because when you're younger, you can get away with it a little bit, which is also why a lot of younger guys in bodybuilding are dying or quitting early. Because now the standard was, let's take 2 grams of gear. Now it's 3, then it was 4, whatever. You get what I'm trying to say. Everybody always wants to outdo it. It's just the way it is in life, guys. Football has got better. Let's watch a football match from, I don't even watch football. Let's watch a football match from 20 years ago. Put it on the telly and put a football match on today. It's completely different, guys. It's a world apart. Maybe those guys 20 years ago that were good will probably be playing Sunday League today. But you get what I'm trying to say. Things move with the time. And I agree with the chap over here says it's got much worse. The sheer volume of young people getting involved in steroids is concerning, absolutely. I just want to know why it's become at least more apparent, obviously. What was the other thing? Okay, yeah. So this was the other thing as well I wanted to say. The women. Now, this isn't a red pill channel, but I'm going to red pill everybody right now. So we know this, women have this unrealistic image of guys. They want everyone to be a millionaire. They want everyone to be 6'4". They want everyone to have 6 inches. They want this thing was 6'6". So the guy should earn 6 figures, 6'4", 6 inches. That's what I've seen on the red. What do they call it? The red pill platforms. This is what women want. And then the question was asked to this lady, this young chap, a thought as they call it, a 304. I'm new to this terminology, guys. If you're thinking that I'm into this kind of scene, I don't. Trust me, I'm not into this shit. But I occasionally just check in and out of the red pill scene. So they said to this girl, it's a good video actually, I wish I could bring it up, I ain't got the time right now to bring it up, and the guy said to the girl, so you want a guy who's earning 6 figures, 6'4", and you want him to have 6 inches. Now, the 6 inches we don't know, but you know, they got the other things right. So the guys over 6 foot, or the guys who are earning 6 figures, and I think that she wanted someone under the age of 25. He said, how much of the percent of the population in the US do you think that is? And she went, I don't know, maybe 30% of men. He went, no, it's less than 1%. Across the board, guys, that's the reality. Out there in the UK, how many guys do you know that are 6 foot? I'm not even 6 foot, bro. I'm actually 5'11" for those people who want to know. I'm 5'11". I ain't even 6 foot. I'm not 25. I'm far from 25. You know? And then people that are earning 6 figures. How many of you guys, ask yourself, are earning 6 figures? Or you know people that are earning 6 figures a year? Not many people out there earn 6 figures. So you put all that in consideration, you think women have this warped reality of what a guy out there is going to be, or they're going to find a guy out there like that. Then you've got to think, well, okay, if there's a guy out there who's 6 foot 6'6", whatever, you know, the 666, okay, the devil's number, right? So if there's a guy out there with all these attributes, do you think he's going to go with you? Who's on OnlyFans or who's showing your ass on Instagram 10 times a day to try and get attention of what to do? Do you think he's going to pick you? He's going to pick someone homely, someone who can bring up his kids, someone who can cook his dinner, someone who can keep at home and cherish and love and care for. That's who he's going to pick. He's not going to pick someone like you who goes on podcasts trying to flash it, being on yachts with celebrities and billionaires and millionaires trying to bag one. He's not going to be with you. So women have this unrealistic reality on what men out there look like. So when a normal dude, just a normal dude, someone like me, just a normal guy like me, right? Let's say I was in the dating game right now, and I'm not, and I'm far from it. See, I'm luckily the internet dating wasn't around when I was dating, if you want to call it that. I would hate it. So let's say I'm in the dating game now, and I go out there, and I'm all right, I'm decent, you know, I've got a good physique. Maybe not up this way, it's not all good, but it's okay. From here down, it's all good. We're all good. We fit the criteria. And, you know, I'm doing all right. Everything's well. I can pay for the bills. I can eat steak every night. I can go on any holiday I want and take who I want on holiday with me. I would get rejected by 9 out of 10 girls out there. Why? Because they think there's better out there. And do you know why that is? Because a girl who's overweight and obese right now, with titties down to her knees, she posts a video, a 10-second reel on Instagram, it's getting 1 million views on it, 1,000 likes on it, 150 odd comments underneath saying, hey, beautiful, you're so sexy, you're so this, you're so that. Women are getting hit on, you wouldn't believe how often. There was another little story that came around when some guy said to his girl, post on Instagram, not post on Instagram, jump on Tinder, let's see how many guys hit on you. Or just say you're single on a social media platform. I can't remember what it was, but you get the point I'm trying to say. And it's true, it's reality. Try it with your missus if you don't believe me. The amount of people she was getting in her DM, guys, thirsty simp guys that were DMing her was unreal. He was like, I am gonna stay close to my girl. Why do you think most guys out there, most successful people out there, especially like, you know, hyper successful people, don't want their girls to go to girls' holidays? They don't want their girls to go on girls' parties and go out with the girls. Why do you think they don't want that? Because they don't trust other men. Sometimes it's got nothing to do with the girls, it's don't trust other guys, because we know what guys are like, bro. So, sorry for again being long-winded, bring it all the way back. If the standard that women are choosing is so high, women think, oh, you've got a little bit of fat, you haven't got a six-pack, we don't want you. We want someone in shape. Now, if you haven't got a Lamborghini, you don't own a mansion, you haven't got a yacht, you haven't got all, you're not going to Dubai every weekend, you're not owning an expensive watch and you're wearing something cheap like me or whatever, then you've got to have at least a good physique. And then when do you want that physique? You want that good physique yesterday. Do you care about health at that age? When you're 22, 23, 24, 25, do you give a shit about health? No. You want that physique that you think is good, or was at a table, well, it's a good physique, not an attainable physique, but you want that crazy physique yesterday, last week, last month, last year. That's when you want that physique. And then you are open to this world of steroids and you think steroids are what? The shortcut. So you think steroids are the shortcut, you're going to jump on steroids. So hopefully, mate, this answered your question on the reason why. I'm just going to backtrack a little bit. We see it visually more often nowadays. The social media is on there 24/7 telling us, get a six-pack, get a six-pack, get in shape, get a shape, get in shape. Don't be fat, don't be fat. And the women that like that and appreciate that, who majority of the times us guys are trying to earn money for, try to be successful for, and trying to win in life, is to try and get some nice burn on your arm. Obviously, eventually you'll grow out of that and you'll be past that. But until you are red-pilled, in a sense, as they call it, you're going to think that that is the be-all and end-all of life. You're going to think, I want to be successful, I want a nice car to attract women. If I can't get the nice car, you know, I want a bit of money. I ain't got a bit of money, I need a physique. And I always say this to everybody as well. The bare minimum, forget about women, forget about money, forget about cars. The bare minimum you should be in life is happy with yourself. And I'm not going to get all spiritual and all philosophical here. And what do I mean by being happy with yourself? Is when you look in the mirror, it's just you and the mirror, that's it. At least look at the physique that you've built and say, you know what? This has taken some effort to build. This has taken some discipline. This has taken some delayed gratification. And when you continually bask in delayed gratification, the gratification that you get at the end of that is tenfold compared to other people. So, sorry for, you know, going a little bit here and there in the video, but as you guys know, my videos always have a little bit of message. Sorry, I might be a bit of a long video as well, but you should listen to the lesson. So yes, more people want to be in shape. And yes, unfortunately, more people want to take steroids. And yes, unfortunately, more people are doing this wrong. Which brings me back to this. Hire a coach. Seek out professional help. Do some blood work. Often, as often as you can. My recommendations, if you're starting the gym game and you want to start steroids, do blood work every 3 months at the minimum. Not just, oh, I feel a little bit of pain here, I better do some blood work. I'm starting a new cycle, I better do some blood work. I mean, I'm a bit excessive when it comes to blood work for 2 reasons. One, I'm health conscious. And secondly, I want to teach you guys, when you take certain things and when you do certain things, this is what happens to your blood work. Now, I know I can only give you factual evidence from me. And I can only give you what clients tell me that they're doing or taking when they offer me blood work. So that is my spectrum of research that comes to me firsthand. Then I speak and consult with a few doctors, a few, you know, people that are highly educated in this field, and I gain all that information and I put that here and I share it with you guys. Hopefully this gave you some value. Comment down below, like, and please subscribe.